Thursday morning. In today's Talker, a popular Mexican singer postponing several shows because of death threats in one of those concerts.
One of the purported banners warns that if Peso Pluma performs, it will be his final show.
They say there's no such thing as bad publicity, and what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. But what they left out is, it almost killed you. Unfortunately, some people don't understand that message until they're faced with danger. At the height of his career, Peso Pluma, the Mexican musician and singer, had everything he needed to become a sensation: the talent, creativity, popularity, and boldness. Sadly, he was too bold for his own good. This is the Latino superstar who was threatened with death by the cartels. Currently, we're living in a tech era where everything revolves around propaganda and publicity. It's a trend that everyone follows. It's something that everyone seeks, including narco cartels. Apart from posting violent, graphic, and threatening videos online, cartels advertise their presence on social media platforms such as TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. It might seem a bit weird and unlikely, but it's a true occurrence. But why is a cartel member on TikTok? Cartel propaganda has been a thing for many years. But before the 2010s, these criminal organizations had to learn how to manipulate the power of news broadcasters and journalists. But nowadays, it's really easy to publish information on online platforms. All you need is a phone. So the upcoming new generation of cartel members is unlocking an entirely new form of publicity using social media. They literally created a new occupation as narco content creators. That's why it's no longer a strange occurrence to find cartel merchandise, music, TikTok clips, and websites. It's all a form of propaganda. Even though it seems like these cartels and gangs are just joining a universal trend, everything appears to be lighthearted and fun, besides the criminal activities, of course. But it's actually something worth being cautious about, because the purpose of this widespread exposure is so the cartels can control their public image. They have to be the ones in control. For instance, if someone tries to jump into the spotlight by using their image or name in any way, or promoting their enemy's content, that might really upset the people running the cartel's PR and marketing departments. And when the cartels get upset, it's not going to end well. This brings us to Peso Pluma, a Mexican entertainer who angered the cartels to the point where he began receiving public death threats. Peso Pluma, whose real name is Hassan Emilio Cabande-Leja, was born on June 15, 1999 in Jalisco, Mexico. As a child, Pluma possessed incredible musical talent, but was constantly bullied by his peers. Music and songwriting became his way of coping. He began learning to play the guitar at the age of 15 by watching YouTube tutorials. Most of his songs reflect his straightforward style of writing, capturing a person's vulnerable side. In 2020, after honing his musical talents for several years, Pluma joined forces with his cousin, Roberto Tito Leja Garcia, also known as Tito Double P, a singer and songwriter. Together, they dropped not one, but 2 albums, marking a huge milestone in Pluma's artistic journey. Pluma didn't stop there. He dropped his second studio album, Efectos Secundarios, and before that, he teased fans with singles like Con Dinero Baila El Perro and Lo Que Me Das. The 24-year-old singer captured the hearts of many fans in a short amount of time and climbed to the top of the musical industry by mid-2022. In his musical journey, Pluma released the single Por las Noches on June 11th, a slower Sirieño track about an unintended breakup. In some ways, Pluma could be compared to a Mexican version of Taylor Swift. Subsequently, Pluma switched record labels to Prime Records. To mark this transition, he released the socio-political track Spiral on November 25th, 2021. By 2022, Pluma was emerging as a sensation in the music industry. For some reason, he had developed a fascination with the subject of cartels and narcos. During this time, the young artist collaborated with another artist named Raul Vega to create a song called El Belecon, which served as an anthem about the local drug culture. Pluma and Vega not only worked on the song, but also played the roles of members of a drug cartel in the music video. This video quickly gained popularity among locals. The song garnered even more attention after it was featured on TikTok and Instagram. Its music video accumulated an impressive 10 million views on YouTube in just 1 month and was added to many Spotify playlists, making it a hit. This is when controversy began to brew. After achieving success with his recent albums and singles, Pluma started addressing organized crime topics more directly.
Pluma rose to fame with narco corridos that praised longtime Sinaloa cartel leader Joaquin El Chapo Guzman.
On August 15, 2022, the singer teamed up with Luis Enriquez for the song Siempre Pendientes. This song became a subject of debate because it appeared to glorify the work of the former Sinaloa cartel leader, El Chapo. The lyrics contained lines like, JGL, I proudly wear in my chest, and I take care of Mr. Guzman's plaza. Pluma praised the former cartel leader in his music and faced significant backlash for it. Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, often regarded as one of the most powerful crime bosses in the world, rose to infamy as the leader of the Sinaloa cartel, one of Mexico's most powerful and ruthless narco-trafficking organizations. His criminal empire spanned across the globe, smuggling massive quantities of narcotics into the United States and beyond, obtaining massive wealth, and wielding considerable influence within the criminal underworld. El Chapo's cunning and ability to evade capture for years earned him a notorious reputation as a master escape artist. However, his criminal reign came to a temporary halt when he was captured by Mexican authorities in February 2014. After a dramatic escape from a high-security prison in July 2015, he was recaptured in January 2016. In 2017, he was extradited to the United States to face charges of drug trafficking, money laundering, and involvement in organized crime. His trial in the United States resulted in a life sentence in July 2019, effectively ending his reign as one of the most powerful crime bosses in the world.
Breaking news this morning, the capture of the man some call Mexico's Osama bin Laden, one of the most wanted criminals in the world and the top illegal drug dealer in the U.S.
So you can see why the public reacted so fiercely to Pluma's song, because they associated it with promoting cartel activities. The people of Mexico have suffered too much at the hands of organized narcotic trafficking organizations since the early 2000s. When they think of cartels, they think about bloodshed and violence. Therefore, it isn't a wise idea to openly praise a major narco king. Granted, everyone should have the freedom of creative expression, but they need to consider the power of the majority and how it will affect them as an individual. A music video was created for the song, featuring Pluma and Conriquez holding rifles in the desert. Pluma's incorporation of organized crime, narcotics, and firearms into his songs and music videos generated a considerable amount of controversy among the public. Some people believed his songs were promoting cartel violence and drug trafficking. The 24-year-old's idolization of El Chapo even provoked negative reactions from the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, a rival of the Sinaloa cartel. They were upset with Pluma for promoting their enemy's publicity and resorted to sending him death threats. The young singer found himself in an undesirable situation, being targeted by a major narcotic trafficking cartel due to his public admiration for El Chapo. In 2023, Pluma explained himself in an interview with Pepe Garza on YouTube. He said that he is not connected to the cartel in any way, dismissing the rumors. Pluma clarified that his music is purely art and has no ties to narcotic cartels.
Me trataron de embarrar ahí, pero nada que no se pueda arreglar. Yo le seguí dando para adelante con la carrera y gracias a Dios vamos formando este castillito poco a poco.
Pluma continues his rise to stardom, releasing many hit albums and singles in 2023. The backlash of his El Chapo and cartel life-promoting songs did little to diminish his popularity. He continued to collaborate with many famous artists and producers, releasing many songs containing cartel content. On January 23, 2023, the music video, Polvo, Ruedas y Cristal, or PRC, was released. It's a song about the daily life of a gangster. Clearly, the singer wasn't going to let any amount of negativity affect his musical inspiration. In the music video, Pluma played the role of a narcotics dealer on the job. This video was the first one directly uploaded to Pluma's official YouTube channel, and it got 10 million views in its first week. Then, on March 28, 2023, the song Ella Baila Sola debuted at #1 on both Latin streaming songs and Mexico songs for the week. This marked the first #1 single for Pluma. Pluma became an idol for both Mexican and international audiences. Mexican-American singer Becky G enlisted Pluma for the single Chanel on March 30th, 2023, which was the first single for her upcoming regional Mexican album. Becky G surprised the audience by bringing Pluma on stage during her 2023 Coachella set, where they performed Chanel and PRC together. At the 2023 Latin American Music Awards in Las Vegas, Nevada, Pluma joined Becky G on stage to perform Chanel marking his first American televised performance. Later, Pluma was invited to perform on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon on April 29, 2023, becoming the first regional Mexican artist to perform on the show, which was a huge deal. Pluma managed to break the barrier between the US and Mexican border with his musical talent, rising to the position of an international star. In September 2023, Pluma achieved another milestone by becoming the first Musica Mexicana star to perform at the MTV Video Music Awards. Everything seemed to work out amazingly, but nothing ever remains calm forever. In the midst of his glory, Peso Pluma was met with a huge roadblock. It's not only challenging, but life-threatening.
Hassan Emilio Cabande Leja has postponed his show tonight at Pfizer Forum because of death threats from the CJNG, which stands for Jalisco New Generation Cartel.
On the morning of September 12, 2023, multiple banners or narcomantas containing threatening red-letter messages appeared in different areas of Tijuana. Narcomantas are bed linens or cloth banners covered in hand-painted threatening messages by criminals. Gangs and cartels use this tactic to make public announcements. All of them were created by the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, one of the major narco cartels in Mexico, aiming to address Peso Pluma, who was supposed to perform in the arena on October 14, 2023. The writings on the banner translate to, "This is for you, Peso Pluma. Refrain from appearing on October 14th, because it will be your last presentation."
In recent years, the Sinaloa Cartel and CJNG have been locked in a deadly feud across the area and other parts of Mexico, according to the LA Times.
It was believed that the New Generation Cartel specifically targeted Pluma because they thought he was acting as a PR stunt for the Sinaloa Cartel, and they weren't having any of it. It's crazy how the game of cartel rivalries always extends itself to civilians. Pluma found himself in an extremely dangerous situation. So far, a man has been detained for being in the vicinity of the arena. It's highly unlikely that this person has anything to do with the warning messages left by the New Generation Cartel, but the authorities are insisting that this person was responsible. The best bet for this situation was for Pluma to take the warning seriously and cancel his concert, which he did. It's unfortunate, but the singer has practically invited the cartel to his door by publicizing their presence in his songs. He wasn't doing anything illegal or promoting anything criminal related. He wasn't involved in narcotics or entangled with any cartel members, but he did promote the name of their rival, and that was all it took for trouble to come knocking at his door. Pluma made the right call to take the cartel's warning seriously instead of challenging them, because it won't end well.
4 large banners were put up across the area warning Pluma to cancel his planned concert there next month. Pfizer Forum says tickets purchased for tonight's concert will be honored at a later date.
Let's take a trip to the past and revisit a former YouTube sensation who also had a run-in with the cartel. Juan Luis Lugones Rosoles, also known as El Pirata de Culiacán, found fame at the age of 17. A teenage celebrity who was known for his reckless actions, drinking, partying, and driving under the influence. Unlike Pluma, El Pirata didn't write songs or create music videos about narcotic smugglers or narco kings. He was just reckless and immature, and that was what cost him his life. El Pirata was known as the YouTuber who was killed by the New Generation Cartel for making fun of their leader. During one of his intoxicated moments, the teen created a video mocking Nemesio Ruben Oseguera Cervantes, or El Mencho, a big-time narco lord and leader of the Jalisco New Generation Cartel. Not long after this video made an appearance on the internet, El Pirata was assassinated by 4 armed men in a bar in Guadalajara, Jalisco. The ones responsible for his death were never arrested, but no doubt they were the cartel's hitmen. El Pirata remained an example for those who dared to oppose these criminal organizations. It's a tragedy that the freedom of speech and expression doesn't apply to certain parts of Mexico due to the never-ending cartel brutality. After this event, not many people dared to oppose these cartels again. The ones who do seem to have the same fate as El Pirata. People are afraid that Pluma will also suffer the same fate if he doesn't stop making cartel-related content, even if it's purely artistic and he's not offending them on purpose. In the cartel world, if someone promotes their rival's activities, that person is also considered the enemy. Therefore, it is wise to quit while you're ahead. The best course of action is to stop associating yourself with any form of cartel or criminal content. As of September 2023, there has been no word from the Sinaloa cartel, even though Pluma has been promoting the reputation of the crime boss El Chapo for years. The Sinaloa cartel might not feel obligated to help him. They're more likely to engage in some kind of conflict with the new generation cartel, but it's not guaranteed they would do anything for the 24-year-old singer. However, nothing other than the cancellation of the concert has been announced. We'll all have to wait for more updates. Hopefully, Mexican law enforcement authorities will do everything in their power to protect the safety of Peso Pluma, and the singer will keep a clear path from any cartel or gang-related topic. Would you ever write a song praising a mafia or crime boss? Please feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so we can notify you of cartel activities in your area.